Martin.
Hi,
welcome.
Lucy.
I see you've written this fantastic new book called Internet Marketing, The Full Story.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you a little bit about it, because there's obviously a lot of books out there about internet marketing.
Sure.
So what makes this different?
I guess the real difference with this one, Lucy, is it starts before the other books start. So this is really about setting the scene. You know, a lot of the books are all about how to. So how to make the most of Twitter, and I suppose how to do online marketing. So that might be search engine optimization or pay-per-click. But that, to me, that's the real nuts and bolts stuff. Whereas this starts before that, and it says, hold on a minute, what are you actually trying to do? You know, not how to do it. What are you trying to do? And when you get all of those things in place, you're then well positioned to go out and try the different methods once you've understood what your objective is.
So what sort of person did you have in mind when you set out to write this?
Sure, this is the real beginner. You know, so I'm guessing somebody's going to have a certain amount of at least business knowledge, and it's clearly written for people in business, but somebody who's not particularly already doing online marketing. So we're looking at somebody who knows it needs to be done. They haven't got a clue about what it means, and they can pick up one book and start to read and really get a good grounding before they go on to really get involved in physically doing the work, shall we say.
We hear so much about social media at the moment. Is this a book about social media, or are you talking about the processes that go on before you get to that?
It's before you even get to it. Of course, a book with the title The Full Story and Internet Marketing, it's got to cover social media because it's so important now, especially in business. So it does cover social media, but it's before that really. It's the, okay, what do I need to do? What are my objectives? And then what are the tools available? So it talks about social media and various social media sites and processes, but from a real beginner viewpoint. So it's why you might want to use social media rather than in depth of each social media platform.
And having a look at the book, you've broken it down into themed parts. I've noticed that an engine seems to be used as a metaphor quite a lot. There's pistons, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that we all learn a lot more from metaphor. So there is a lot of that sort of use in there. And some of it also is a bit provocative, and it's very deliberate. I want to challenge people because I see it all the time where people come to us and they want to just get stuck into how to build a website or how to do this and how to be number one on Google, and I always ask why. You know, and it's not that you shouldn't be. Of course, you know, a lot of this stuff we need to be at the top of Google and we need to be in social media. So it's not about that we don't need to. It's just about why are we doing it in the first place? Because too many people they don't know why they're doing it, and they just get stuck in, and then they lose a lot of money. You know, and probably more so, they lose a lot of time. They become a little bit demotivated by it all, and you know, there's no need. If they just understood their objectives first, they'd actually get some online success.
So once I've worked my way through this book, I will have a successful business. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, I'm hoping you'll certainly have the right mindset. So mindset's probably a good word for that. It is about the methodology of how to do it. So I think from that book, you would then need to learn a bit more of the how-tos. So the book is definitely, it takes you from understanding technically nothing through to understanding why and what you should be doing. You then need to learn the technical how-tos, and that's what the book leads on to. Really, it gives you that solid grounding so that you're ready to go and learn how to get your Twitter on, you know, all going and so on. So, and
there's still a place for urban media then, but when you get to the chapter, whatever it is at the end of the book, we still have a place for you guys to tell me what to do.
Correct, yeah. But what we want is more educated customers, you know, because we're really trying to re-educate against the majority message. The big message out there is that we need to be on the different social media. So, you know, you need to be on Facebook, and you need to be on LinkedIn, and you need to be on YouTube, and you need to be on... And it's not that you don't, but, you know, what does that mean? Nobody stops to actually think, how, why, you know, what's my strategy, you know, what am I going to do when I'm on there? And so it takes you all the way through understanding that, and then of course we can then help you with the how-tos, because one thing I do cover in there is whether to hire a professional, and I believe firmly that you should. You know, there's a lot of this stuff you can get involved in yourself, and people like to, but you really ought to be using a professional if you want big success.
Excellent. And where can we get hold of a copy of the book?
Okay, well, obviously you'd expect for an internet marketer, it's everywhere online, so probably the easiest is just to say go along to Amazon, and obviously you can either search for the author, me, Elton Buchok, or you can search for the book, Internet Marketing, The Full Story, and go ahead, grab a copy, but really put it into use. So, you know, I don't want people to sort of read it, put it down, and then carry on with what they were going to do anyway. You know, it's I want people to make use of it, and then send me your success stories, because that's really why I've written it. You know, I want to see lots of people succeed. So yeah.
Excellent. There's an open invitation for anyone who wants to send Elton their stories. Thank you very much.
Lovely.
Indeed.
Thank you, Lucy.